my name's Kraken. I am recording my very first video ever. This video is pertaining to the PDL Draft League, Professional Draft League, and my breakdown of my draft. Overall, I was expecting to obviously draft Glaceon. I just enjoy using the mon, and I'm weirdly sentimental using the same mon all the time. The team has a lot of trickery and misdirection, a lot of mind games in the team in my opinion. It's a solid lineup with flexibility, not too many weaknesses to me, but most importantly I just like using the mons I chose a lot, except the genies. I'm not a huge fan of them, but they just slotted into the team really well. So I'll start breaking down why I chose each of the mons that I did, round by round. The first mon that I chose was King Gambit. I took Gambit because it's a great revenge sweeper, which I play with really well. I obviously use lower tier mons, so I need something high tier to kinda make up for it in the end. A really high end final boss kind of mon. It also fits into Glaceon's weaknesses and strengths to play mind games with Zora. One of the mons I choose in the later round because it can Terra. I felt its value went up exponentially. It can also mix up on hazards by threatening with Defiant. Next I went with Torn. This was one that I kind of tore myself about, no pun intended. It fills a few niches I needed on my team, which I was planning on. Flying type and Regenerator is pretty big, and then, not gonna lie, I thought it still had Defog too, which I had to flex my draft a bit more after I found out that it didn't. It also works with the Glaceon really well. My next pick was Zoro H. It's just a really fun mon to play mind games with, especially with my main core that I kind of was building around. It's immune to my critical mon's main weaknesses, and it has a couple of sets to throw in shenanigans, which is really fun. Then next was the obvious GOAT of the draft for me, Glaceon. I was lucky to get my mascot this late in the draft, obviously. It's my Palmon on my 4th round, and I know everyone was salivating that it made it this far. They're thinking that they could get it. But I'm a huge fan of Ice and love building all teams with Glaceon. It's in all my playthroughs, and I've had playthroughs with Eevee as my starter. I love the mon. It's a secret menace in my opinion, even missing a legit ability in most leagues, this one included, since it's not allowed to have Snow Cloak. Next up on the list was Tentacruel. I needed a spinner and a grounded poison, I felt like. Tentacruel has played clutch for me in a couple of different leagues. It can do some pretty mixed sets. I wanted Quackable in this role at an earlier round, but Tentacruel was here and Quack wasn't. So he allowed me to kind of pull the next two my next two picks. It's a solid utility mon in my opinion. Next we went with a late round Latios. I needed a dragon type, and I was getting a little too weak to ground without my Terra types being involved. It synergizes really well with Gambit, and it's a solid fast mon. Something I was also missing, my speed tiers aren't the best in this lineup. I've played Latios and King Gambit together, and they do really well. They synergize off of each other. Next was something I really didn't want to pick, but it's just too good to have passed up this late in the draft, was Landorus. I needed a ground type. Intimidate was a bonus. Originally I was going to have Crocodile here, but Lando fits a bit better, and Crook was taken. It's a solid mon, fits theme of trickery in the sense that it can run multiple setups. I also needed a good solid rock setter, and I mean, it just does rocks. Next up in the draft was Hitmonlee. Getting pretty down up in there. I just wanted a fighting type and a backup spinner in case Tentacruel wasn't going to work for it. It's a mad threat that can easily be overlooked. Definitely not as good without being one of my Terra captains, but it's still up there in threats. I think it definitely needs to be looked at while people are trying to prep for my team. And then finally, my ace in the hole is Ditto. It just looked like a really fun mon, and it really fit the theme of the trickery that I was going for. What's more fun than using your ops team to beat them, right? It just fits. So I mean, this is the team I'm trying to rock. I think that it's gonna take me pretty far, and I can't wait to see where this season takes me. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and hopefully my videos get better. Thank you.